Okay guys, let's go hop up front now, and we are familiar with this vehicle. So we have power folding mirrors, heated mirrors as well, cameras on the mirrors for our 360 system. Again, same nice door thunk as we saw out back, and we're getting the same nice interior features and options as we saw out back. So there's really nice entire leather stitched door cards from the top up, which is really cool. Metal trim, open pore wood, some more controls and switches over here. Then the rear, we're also getting an illuminated aluminum Summit side sill plate there, and quite a lot of seating adjustments. We have adjustable side bolsters here, lumbar, lots of power, and even a leg extension rest there, which is really nice. We have normal lighting controls, thankfully, power steering wheel as well, and I love this cool dash design for our actual dash unit there. And the seats themselves are crazy. Not only are they massaging, but they have really great support, great feel with this leather material in here as well, with the Summit badge embossed into the seat as well. Let's hop inside and have a quick look at see what's new for this model year. Closing up the door. Nice solid thunk once again. And here we are in the interior of the 2026 Grand Cherokee. You're going to note the start-stop button is now in the center console over here. Very familiar to the Grand Wagoneer S we were just recently in and testing. So I'll press my foot on the brake and power it on. What is new in this cabin? Well, not too much is actually different. Very familiar, cool features in here. We've seen the steering wheel before. Very large steering wheel in the diameter section, but the buttons are very familiar here. Left-hand side, we have our controls for our phone, as well as our digital cluster. And the right-hand side, we have our driver assistance functions. And since we have the almost $2,600 highway driving assist hands-free option, we have a really cool feature there. So definitely check out our Roadtrip tour for that. And I like how the Summit one gets a full stitched airbag cover, really nice contrasting brown stitching, and definitely amps up the quality in here. What I still don't like though is these giant plastic kind of monolithic stock controls over here. Just kind of cheapen up this interior a little bit for the price, but I can get behind that because everything else is really good. We have a full stitched upper dash portion as well. These cool Macintosh speakers up here as well. Heads-up display, which I really like in these Grand Cherokees, and that really nice commanding driving position. You have really great visibility around this vehicle, and even with this digital rear view mirror back here, it really makes seeing out of this even better, since you don't have to kind of turn around and navigate children in the third row if people are back there. What is a little bit different though is this kind of center console space over here. So we have new air vent controls here. These are very familiar to the exact design that we saw in both the Wagoneer S and the Charger, the Dodge Charger that we just tested. This is the new kind of Stellantis in the US's air vent control system here. I like this integration better. It's easier to touch, and this gloss black, even though we're not the biggest fans of gloss black, makes it feel and look a little nicer than it was in this kind of matte finish in those vehicles, and I can see it in all lighting conditions. So I'll remove my complaint from those vehicles if they're able to do that there as well. It's a haptic touch panel, so if you can see here, to change our temperatures here, you get some touch feedback on your finger, and you can hold to change our temperature, as you can see right there. But since this vehicle has so many redundant options, which in a good sense, I could tap up here and change my temperature as well, or go into the full climate panel and adjust all that stuff. So you have a lot of climate options in here. We even have these capacitive buttons on the side over here for our ventilated front seats, which is nice. Heated steering wheel and heated seats as well. And we still have physical knobs for our volume knob over there, which is great, and our tune scroll knob, which also you can use to adjust Apple CarPlay if you didn't want to touch the screen. That's a cool feature as well. You can turn on and off our passenger screen and this screen as well from this whole system as well. We'll look at that in just a little bit. Love this button array up here as well. Easy to turn off your auto stop start, lane keep assist, traction. We have automatic parking assist in this vehicle as well, so a lot of great features here. I think this is a really great interface design over here. It works well. It's pretty easy and simple to use. I like how there's not giant screens everywhere. It's pretty well integrated. What I don't like though is this insane sea of gloss black plastic in the center console. I wish they would have changed this for this model year update, but they didn't. They do sell, I don't think Jeep does, but aftermarket they sell a film that you can put over here that actually both reduces the glare, because I've experienced that this week, and the fingerprinting. I would get that immediately if I purchased this vehicle, because this stuff can scratch up really easily. But there's a lot of great stuff here. Open up this little door. We're going to find a ventilated wireless charging mat, thankfully, so it doesn't always overheat your phone, even though it's not the quickest wireless charger. You get 4 USB ports in here, 2 USB-C, 2 USB, an aux cord, an HDMI port for your passenger display if you would like to plug in something there, and a traditional 12-volt socket. So a lot of charging solutions here, which I really like. This door is really nice as well. We have our selective terrain system over here. So we have rock, sand, mud, snow, auto, and sport. I would like to see a normal or eco mode option as well. It sounds a little crazy, but after driving on this vehicle on the week with the road trip, I would like to have some more drive modes actually, shockingly, but I love these little knobs here. They're really nice to use. Same thing with our quasi lift air suspension. We have our aero ride height. We can go to a few higher ride heights for some off-road modes as well, which is really great. We have our low range transfer case as well in this particular one, which is an option. We have a neutral as well, so you select that into neutral over here. That you'll typically pop on. I believe this is a neutral release mode as well. I love this center shifter area over here. It's solid metal, it glows at night. It does reflect into my face when it's sunny, but I like the operation of it. It actually stops at park, so it doesn't keep twisting. I do like that little thoughtful touch there. Opening up this is we have two very large cup holders over here, which is great. And I love the trimming around the center console over here. We have stitched leather around it, generally pretty soft, and the quality in here is pretty good. I would say it's overall built really well. I haven't had any squeaks and rattles this week. And I like how big this center console armrest over here is. So this upper level over here is pretty nice. Opening up again the lower portion over here, apologies for all the stuff in here. We have a microfiber cloth to clean up all of our gloss black center console, but this is a huge center console storage space in here. Again, all felt lined, which is nice. And we still get a traditional glove box design over here, which is lockable, all felt lined in here as well, which is a nice touch. And I believe it is damped and closing down. Nice little luxury feature there. But open pore wood trim on the dash. We have ambient lighting with this metal trim, more of that stitching in here. It's a pretty nice cabin to be in. And I really actually like the center digital cluster as well. It's still really configurable. You can go to this kind of carousel style view that you can get in the Rams, which I don't actually really like. I think this view is a little weird, but the rest of the screens are pretty good. So if you get out of this carousel screen, we have traditional analog gauge clusters there. We can go for a digital style cluster as well. We can also go to a whole bunch of other displays, like editing or has a display. There's a setup page as well, which gets very into detail if you want to customize this more. Messages, we have an audio focus display over here as well, and it gets crazier. We can see things like our our air suspension adjustment there, our four-wheel drive style adjustment there. We can see what's going on with our transfer case, with our suspension. We have tilt meters as well. We also get the navigation system projected onto this display over here as well. Our trip computer, vehicle information as well. And just in a second, I'll show you guys one of the coolest screens in here. It's not the driver assist, but the night vision. Obviously it's daytime right now, but if we're driving at night, I'll overlay that footage there. But this is a really great option at night. Surprisingly, it actually shows the heat signatures of the vehicles. It will highlight if there's like an animal or something on the road. So if you have this, it's a cool feature. Is it a necessity? No, but definitely a cool feature to have in this Grand Cherokee. And I do like the configurability of this display over here as well. Other great things in this cabin over here is this large center upper console over here. Lots of controls for your large panoramic glass roof. We have a sunglass holder up here, which is thankfully felt lined as well. Garage HomeLink integrated into our upper visors. And opening this is also, our visor over here is nice and soft with this microsuede material, bright LED lights, and let's see if it slides back still. Yes, it does. All the way to the back, covering our window over there. So we get some nice sun coverage there as well. Infotainment system wise, very familiar Uconnect based infotainment system over here. Generally okay. The graphics are fine. Speeds generally okay here. Definitely gets a little clunky going through all the apps and menus, but you can just favorite a whole bunch of stuff here. We have ambient light, color personalization in this particular one. We're also getting off-road pages. So just like we saw in our digital cluster, you can see what's going on with all of this cool stuff here. So I like how they include all of these really great actually digital views here for our off-road stuff. We can see our 360 camera as well. Generally pretty good. I like how we have the ability to clean the camera from this screen over here, which is really great. So we have a whole bunch of views all around the vehicle over here. I wish though there was a physical button somewhere over here for this 360 camera, because it only ever pops on if you have proximity or if you put it into reverse. Otherwise you have to go in there and touch it. I made it as a favorite icon there because it's generally pretty hard to find. We also have that fam cam option over here. So if I press that, you can see what's going on throughout the entire vehicle. You can zoom in into individual seats as well, which is pretty cool. And we have a whole bunch of other fun stuff you can make as favorites. I like this Macintosh screen. It's a little silly, honestly. It just kind of shows like the audio output, but if you don't want to have anything else on the display and you're listening to some music, it's kind of cool to just have on as well. But overall, pretty good amount of features in here. It's just, as I've seen in all the other Uconnect vehicles, take some time to kind of customize and get used to, but there is quite a lot of stuff that you can do in this display. You can even just turn it off if you don't want to look at it or you want to clean it. And as I mentioned, there's this kind of calm screen over here if you really don't want to look at it at all. We'll go hop over and take a look at that passenger screen in just a second, but I also want to point out the awesome massage we get in here. We have a physical button there for a massage. And you can see over here, we have quite a few options. So we have like a waterfall option, extend, lower extend, rock climb, and you can adjust your intensity of said massage. And here you get a full screen actually for that built into the system. It's a pretty good system. All of these little circles are all individual air bladders in the cabin over here. So instead of just moving the entire, lumbar in and out, you have all these different air bladders giving you an actual massage. It's not as good as what we've experienced in the Ram products, but it's just as close I think you can get, and not many vehicles in this class offer a level of massage like you can get in this Grand Cherokee here. So American Range Rover, I think so still. Let's go have a look at that passenger screen and we'll wrap up this interior tour. Hopping into the passenger side real quick over here, same adjustments as the driver's side, which is really cool on the seats. So what we also have over here is the controversial passenger screen. So as you can see over here right now, it's off. Which is, I think how I would personally have it. We have a button up here to just turn it on actually. So if I press this, you can see our passenger screen becomes enabled. And as a driver, you can't see it at all, how the coding is on here. Now, this is the same passenger screen that we've seen on Rams. We saw it on the Jeep Wagoneer S. Exact same system here. So there's not too much you can actually do on this display. You can plug in an HDMI cable from the center console, as we just saw. That's one option, I would say. Otherwise, not too much. You can kind of control the rear screens, which is pretty interesting. So if the Fire TV's back there, you can kind of like control to them or kind of pair into them, which is interesting. You can pair Bluetooth headphones if you would like as well. But the only feature I think is kind of cool on this is the camera. So you can kind of see all the cameras around the vehicle. Other than that, I would just turn it off and never use it because it's just not something that I think is super useful. Some vehicles offer quite a lot of use of their passenger displays, but I still, at the end of the day, don't think passengers are really even wanting a screen or even use these screens. It's a cool gimmick, but after you use it one or two times, it just becomes kind of pointless. I'd rather have what you get on the non-passenger screens is this nice piece of trim over here with a nice piece of stitching on it, similar to what we get on this dash over here. Personally, I would prefer that. And honestly, if I needed to, I can just access something from this infotainment system because it's so close to me as a passenger right now and easy to use. But you have it here. If you want it, you can use it. Otherwise, just turn it off and just have this blank screen and enjoy the view out of the Grand Cherokee as a passenger.